Welcome to the Reaper Show. Yeah. Your cult hero's back again. Let's get right to it. The Raiders fired Antonio Pierce last night after he posted a 4-13 record as head coach of the Raiders. I thought, due to the injuries this team had this year, that he would be getting one more chance for next year, but I guess they didn't see it that way. They said he had to go now. Well, he was already on thin ice just with the record alone, so I'm surprised, but in a way, I'm not surprised that they can't. Yeah. There are now 6 head coaching vacancies in the NFL right now. And I guess Mike Vrabel will be considered among others. Aaron Glenn, defensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions, will be considered. I hear Pete Carroll's on the short list to be considered. I don't know why. Pete Carroll's about 76, 77 years old. I think he's past his best coaching years are behind him. And I just don't see Pete Carroll coming back, especially to the Raiders. Yeah. There's also rumors that Chucky is on the list to be considered as one of the next coaches of the Raiders. I don't agree with bringing him back either, because he fucked up before, and I think he's a loose cannon with his mouth, and I would say stay away from that. Yeah. So first we have to find a new coach before we can even get to the draft pick that the Raiders are going to take. So first they have to find a new coach. Whoever it is, it'll dictate who the Raiders will pick with that 6th overall pick in the first round they have for 2025. Yeah. The Penguins lost another shootout last night. A 4-3 shootout to the Columbus Blue Jackets. And they played a little sloppy defense in front of the net. And, of course, Jari is sloppy in front of the net, too. But he gives up the big goal every time. That's the way it goes. Yeah. The Penguins lose another. They got to stop getting into these shootouts and overtime games. I think the team's a little tired of playing overtime games. They got to learn to win some games in regulation. Maybe they might get some rest in between games. I think they play too many overtime games. Yeah. Getting to the night. The Raptors go to New York to take on the Knicks. Yes, tonight at Madison Square Garden at 7:30 tonight. Yeah. And the Spurs later take on the Bucks at home at 9:30 tonight. Giannis versus Wemby. And the last 2 times they faced each other, it was a good battle between the two of them. Both games last year, but this is the first time they're facing the Bucks this year. But the first time it'll be in San Antonio this year. So looking forward to seeing that matchup tonight. Yeah. And the college semifinals is coming up. Matter of fact, the first one is coming up tomorrow, and it'll be between Penn State and Notre Dame. That should be a decent game. We'll find out what kind of quarterbacks the 2 quarterbacks in this game. I know a little bit about Drew Allar. I don't know much about the Notre Dame quarterback. I know more about the coach of Notre Dame than the quarterback of Notre Dame. Marcus Freeman, of course, is the coach of Notre Dame. And that shit talker, that I can't stand. He's the coach of Penn State. And Franklin has been very quiet this week. He hasn't talked no mess like he usually do. Well, he shouldn't be talking any mess anyway. He hasn't won any big games yet. This will probably be the biggest game of his career tomorrow in the semifinals. But I think Notre Dame's going to beat Penn State tomorrow. I think they're going to sneak in and beat them. I think it'll be like a 27-21 type score. I think Notre Dame will win that game tomorrow, and they'll go on to the championship. Of course, the other game pits Ohio State versus Texas. I think Ohio State's on a mission, and I think they're going to blow out Texas too. I don't think Texas was lucky to get by Arizona State. I don't think they're going to have such luck against Ohio State. I think Ohio State is on a mission to destroy. Ever since they lost to Michigan, they went through Tennessee with no problem. Of course, that game was at the Horseshoe. And they went through Oregon with no problem, the number one team. And they gave them their first loss of the year, and they whooped that ass, 41-21 last week. So I can't. Texas got a good offense, and they got a pretty good passing game, but I don't think it's gonna matter because Ohio State's defense did sack Gabriel 10 times last week, and I think McEwers better be ready, or because if he gets hurt, you might see Arch Manning sooner than you think. Yeah, I just don't think Texas don't run the ball exceptionally well. They got a better passing game than a run game. And I don't think Texas's defense can stop Ohio State's offense. As long as the quarterback of Ohio State don't turn over the ball, I think they will steamroll over Texas. I think it's going to be I think they will drop 35 on Texas. I think they'll hold Texas to at least like a 35-21 type of game. That game will be Friday at 7:30 on ESPN. Of course, the Notre Dame and Penn State game will be tomorrow at 7:30, also ESPN. Yeah. And then after that, Wild Card Weekend comes up, starting on Saturday with the Chargers versus the Texans at 4:30, and the Steelers versus the Ravens at 8 o'clock on Saturday. I will get to those matchups later. And there's something juicy going on at Fox Sports concerning defendant's name, Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor, Emmanuel Ocho, all kinds of innuendos in a lawsuit brought by a former Fox co-worker of theirs. It's getting juicy by the minute. Don't know if any of those allegations are true. Of course, they got to be proven in court. Always that. So we have to take it with a little grain of salt, because there's some particular employee claims she was propositioned by an executive also at Fox, but she didn't take the bait. But does she deserve to win this case and be compensated? That's for court to decide, not for the public to decide. But again, they're just allegations in a lawsuit. Doesn't mean everything this woman is saying about the defendants are true. Just means they will be looked into, and the court will decide who's telling the truth, of course. Yeah. Remember, innocent till proven guilty. Yeah. Share, like, and subscribe to the Reaper's Nest, baby. Let's get it.